Hello everyone. I gotta turn that down a lot. Holy shit. Hello. It's been a second. How are you all doing? Sorry if I sound a little low energy. I am very congested. I am still getting over a pretty bad cold that that has taken me from I got it like probably Monday, and from like Monday to now I've been just off. Like Tuesday, I lost my voice entirely. Yesterday, I was just constantly in and out of like a fever, and today, fever broke earlier today, but I still feel like garbage, in a way. So, thanks, Lunar. So I'm gonna sound a little congested and a little gross this stream, but we're gonna just kind of relax. I'm gonna put on more relaxing music. Not relax. But we're just gonna take just relax a little bit and do like a casual keyboard building stream. So, I'm gonna switch it over. I forgot that if you create a new scene, you gotta start from fresh. Anyways, I guess I'll start over. Thank you, Lunar. This is a GMMK bare bones kit. I picked it up for 20 bucks since it's refurbished. Um, but this is the original kit. Oh, I need to turn on the. I also need to add the background music, don't I? There you go. But this is the original board it came in. It's a very shitty board that isn't meant to be modded in any way. You can see that the pinholes on it were really tight tolerances, so they didn't work super well. I think I have a couple of the original switches in here that went to shit. Maybe. I threw them all out. They were crumpled. They were Ocean Kings. Their stems all got crumpled into nothingness because of those tight tolerances. So I've been looking for a 60% board, and I found this refurbished one. I'm like, well, I just kind of want to rebuild my Cthulhu keyboard and use this primarily for gaming. So I got these for about 6 months ago when I had this idea, or I ordered these a long time ago when I had this idea, and they just came in. These are Gateron silvers, jade series silvers. They're linears, I believe, but they're very pretty. They're very pretty. You're not gonna be able to hear that shit until we get them on the board. But I figure we just take our time, do something casual, and build a keyboard while I'm fucking sick as a dog. This might take a bit because I need to sort through this entire fucking box that now sits in my lap to find the keys. And then we gotta verify it works, but let's get started. So, I've already verified that these fit pretty well. So, you might notice that these are 3 stem switches. Usually you have like, let me see if I can get... Yeah, so like this is a Gateron yellow. And you can see that has 5 stem. Well, I don't know. I think it's called a 5-pin. So you have your middle locating pin, which all keyboard switches usually have. You got your 2 contacts, and then you have these 2 like stabilizer points. You can get these to fit in here. You just have to mutilate the legs, just snip them off. There's a couple in here that I did that too. It's really not that big a deal to get rid of those plastic bits, but I didn't really feel like doing that. And since these came in, they are 3 pins. I was like, oh, cool. So I bought the board knowing that they were 3 pins that came. The only thing is that it might be a little tough to guide these in, and I've already double-checked. They don't crumple because the tolerances are actually good. GMMK. This is my first GMMK board, Glorious Gaming. I usually do... like, this one is, I think... Oh, what this one is. Epo Maker I usually go with, I think. I've done a couple of, like... Did you get a haircut recently? What's up, A. Dorsey? No. Well, recently, no. Like a month or 2 ago. I don't have long hair, if that's what you mean anymore. I haven't seen you in months, it feels like. True. Looks different, I like it. Thanks! It is no longer long. It is getting annoyingly long again, because I haven't gotten a haircut in a couple months. Or a couple weeks. Just noticed that this... I don't know where this is from. Little piece of plastic. Hopefully that wasn't important, because I don't know where the fuck it just went. But, we're just slotting in this. So this bare bones kit right here was $20. It's refurbished, but you can definitely get a good kit for, like, not much. This is probably going to be one of the cheapest builds I've ever done. These switches, I think, were 20 bucks, maybe. And then this... The keycap set, however, is a little... Well, for me it was free because I bought it a long time ago. But these are... I think they're mock Terror Below from GMK. And I love these. You can tell that they're mock because they're not double shot like GMK makes them. But they're Cthulhu-based because... Why else would I not make that my first keyboard build? I have... This would be... So, I don't think I'll count this as, like, separate build. But I have built... This would be, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th or 6th board I've built. It's really fun. I really do like building my own keyboards. Because it's become a... You can spend a lot of money on custom boards, and it's not really worth it, in my opinion. But you can build a fucking awesome keyboard for, like, pretty cheap. And it doesn't cost much. You can definitely overspend. Like, this board right here... Sorry. This board right here, I think, was, like, $60 to $70 to build, so a little expensive. And I built this one because, I spilled water all over it. My previous board, and I thought it died. I thought that it killed. This is my Unit 1 Ava build. A really solid board, really hefty, full aluminum chassis. Another Epo Maker case, because it's just so good. This one, I don't think it was much either. I think it was like 60 bucks, 50 bucks. You can see that there is a little bit of issue with, like, wear and tear. Like, the keycaps are fading because of the amount of use that this thing has gotten. You can tell I'm a gamer because of it's only on the WASD and spacebar. Also got a fair amount of cat fuzz on it, so it needs to be deep cleaned. But I do like this, like the volume knob, that. And I think inside here are the yellows. You are not going to pick that up. Yeah, no, that's not getting picked up unless I'm, like, right here, too. Let me know if you can pick that up. I don't think you can. And this is probably the most expensive board I've ever built. This is an Alice style with official GMK parts. This is the GMK Cyberpunk with alpacas. I haven't used this board in a minute. I think this is the only one where it's different. But this one costed a lot to build. And I don't use it very often because it is an Alice board. It's okay. If you get good at Alice boards, you can type a lot faster with them. But as far as gaming and general productivity, it's not great. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Funnily enough, on those alpacas, I actually I took them all apart and lubed them up myself, and I highly never recommend doing that shit. They lost their sound profile that I really adored, and it took like hours. I might have streamed that back in the day, of taking them apart and lubing them. It was not worth it in the slightest. Now, it's either I will gladly pay someone to lube switches or not lube them if they don't need it. Like, the alpacas just straight up didn't need it. They sound so good without it. The stabilizers, they come pre-installed, and I don't feel like changing them out. If they're rattly, I'll probably change them out. I do have, like, some of the alpaca stabilizers I might throw in there, because they're not going to change the sound profile. They're just... or I just might lube them up. I don't think they're going to sound scratchy. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But, yeah. I do like building keyboards. It's really relaxing, and you kind of... As long as, like, the board tolerances are good, and you don't have to, like, fuck around too much. It's not too stressful. I will say, a lot of the stuff I buy is from, like, Etsy and stuff. So, so I usually, like, all my artisans, I usually get from Etsy. Some of the cases I've tried to get from Etsy. I got burnt. I think I talked about it on stream years ago. I bought one case on Etsy, and I got scammed pretty hard. It was supposed to be an acrylic, like, see-through Alice board, which funds that one. And I just got burned hardcore. It was like, I don't remember. It was like, is it MDF? It was some, like, fiberboard that just sucked. And I messaged him, and it's like, hey, this is not what was advertised. Like, is it a sticker? I didn't know if it was a protective layer. And he basically told me to pound sand. And I was like, okay, buddy. And then his website, his listing on Etsy is gone. I guess enough people reported him eventually, because it was not a cheap, like, Etsy board at all. But day and age of running fucking scams on Etsy is fucking wild, dude. I try to use Etsy as much as possible for, like, little niche products, because I'm happy to pay, like, I'm happy to pay a premium if it's, like, a niche product that not a lot of places will make. But, like, for instance, a Unit 1 Evangelion artisan keycap. It's a little busted because it's just the way it's shaped, but it's so goddamn beautiful. They did such a good job printing it and painting it. It did unfortunately bust the stems. So it's kind of just retired, but I refuse to throw it away because it's so gorgeous. I did buy another Peasant Field one. Other Ava board. I have a Torii Gate. Basically, if it's an artisan, I usually try to buy from Etsy. This one, I printed it with STLs found from Etsy. So this is the artisan we'll be using. It's just a printed one. It doesn't really match the color, but the green filament that does match the color was being such a fucking bitch that it didn't want to print. So I just gave up on it. Said, fuck it, alright. God. I feel like hammered shit, yo. Like, I know I don't have a fever right now because I'm constantly checking it. because I'm so fucking nervous about having to sit back and not do anything. Catch it for a second. I'm checking it like every hour or so. But even then, it doesn't stop you from feeling like shit, which sucks. But I do get sick like super duper often. My immune system isn't fucking great to begin with. Like, and as I get older, it just gets worse. So if like there's any kind of cold or virus or anything popping around, I'm gonna catch it. So it just kind of fucking sucks. But that's just, it doesn't, I try not to let it really control too much of my activities. Like big get-togethers, I have to avoid a lot of the time because of it. At least, like, for now, it doesn't really stop me from doing too much. Big get-togethers I have to avoid, big crowds I have to avoid, but that's not too big of a deal because I don't usually go anywhere. Do you have one of those multi-filament? What's up, Greatfin? Yes, I do. I have a Bamboo Labs X1C with the AMS system. It can print multicolors. You get stuff like this. I also have an Ava Unit 1 figurine that sits on my shelf that I'm very happy with. And all of my Magic deck boxes are printed by, well, -1, are printed by me. And I love, multicolor printing is so fucking cool, but it's so goddamn wasteful. And I know Bamboo Labs recently debuted like a new tech to stop filament waste, where instead of changing out the filament, they change out the hot end, which, cool. I'll wait for the price point. I don't think that's going to be something I'm too interested in if it's like $5,000. It's not going to be that, but actually, did they actually give a price on it? Hot end, multicolor. Labs. Latest product. Yeah, the H2C. It's mainly meant for multi-materials, it looks like. Wait, is this it? Because they're not even debuting that till 18th of November. I'm guessing that's it, maybe. But the idea is it's gonna swap out the hot ends rather than the filaments. It's mainly, I guess, meant for it's meant for like multi-material. I don't see it being a problem if you have multicolors, but it should eliminate waste, which is nice because multicolor printing is just, it wastes so much filament, so much. You can send off all your scrap to like a fucking service and they'll melt it back down and put it in the spools for you, but it's not the best quality, is what I've been told, and it's just kind of like, hey, you're recycling, and that's the thing that makes you feel good, is you're recycling. It's not good filament. Like, don't use it for products. For me, it would be fine, but it's not free. So I have like, I used to have like 6 fucking crates full of what if it effectively is called like printer poop. It was just all the filament. God, all the filament that just is ass that gets like thrown out. But multicolor, it is fun. I do like printing in multiple colors. Allows for a lot more creative. I currently can print in 4, but I do have the ability, if I get another AMS, which is the auto material selector, I can go up to 16. I don't think I'll ever need that. I might do 8. All right. We got all the switches in. That sounds like a keyboard to me. So now... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm actually fucking dying. My water. Let's see if water helps. I have a voice. Okay, maybe. We'll see if that helps long term. But I used to have an Ender V3 back in the day, and that thing was. I did not like the Ender V3. Like it was, I know it was like one of the first big printers, big name ones, but I had so many issues with it. I think just the self-leveling itself is so fucking goated. I know you can equip the Ender V1 with that shit, but it's a pain to get right. And then the Bamboo Labs is just, I think, like the be-all, end-all. Let me see. Unpacked. I'm looking up an image because I. Okay. That way I can just kind of plug and play. So this is gonna be the long part because I gotta fucking go through here and make sure that I gotta find all the keys because I just kind of dumped everything in here without even thinking because I'm a moron. Ideally, I like to do the top row first. That would be your numbers. This one doesn't have any function keys. So this one's kind of strictly for gaming, because for work I need those keys. They do all kinds of fun stuff in AutoCAD, and I need... Also a little low profile, depending on where they're at. That may or may not come back to bite us in the end. So this is the original escape key. It's cool. But not as cool as this. This is sick. Get it on there without shattering it. It's on. It does not match the colors in the slightest. But hey, it was supposed to be like a 2-hour print, and because the green that did match this kept fucking up because it's just spooled so poorly. Ended up going. It took 3 hours to troubleshoot and eventually give up on it. I was like, I'd really like to have that for tonight. When I'm building, I don't have to just have an empty spot, because I do plan on using this. Depending if my voice holds out, I want to kind of hop in the PoE. This. Give it a shot. We'll see. I'm not, at the rate my voice is going, I'm not exactly 100% sure it'll hold out. But we'll see. Maybe we do like a NyQuil stream where I take NyQuil, like I fucking boof NyQuil, and we see how long I can fucking resist it. That sounds kind of fucking cool, doesn't it? The problem is that a lot of these keys match the tone of the fucking Ava series. So this is the Ava, right? This is a perfect example. The left is the Ava, and the right is the Cthulhu set. Does making your own keyboard an aesthetic thing or a sound thing? Both. You get to customize the sound. You get like a deep, thockery sound, or a clicky, gamery sound. You get to customize the sound pretty heavily, so it's kind of nice. But it is also a chance to show off, like, what are your interests? What are you, like, what do you like? Like, this is, like, it's a botanical, because I do like the outside. I do like touching grass occasionally. It's very spring. I bring it out during the fall. Cthulhu, because I like Cthulhu, and then I have a Evangelion keyboard because I love Evangelion, and then I have a like a Neon Tokyo one. But it's just a way for you to show off. They can very easily drain your money, because a lot of the shit is expensive, and it's stupid how expensive some of the shit is. I'll throw off all the ones. I'm pretty sure not. Us. But it also doesn't have to be expensive. Like, if you buy name brand everything, yeah, it's gonna be kind of fucking expensive. But very easy to... But you also pay for what you get, you know? Like, if you cheap out super hard on a keyboard stuff, it's gonna wear down really, really fast, and it's gonna look like crap after, like, a couple of days. Or weeks, rather. Days is a little exaggeratory, but weeks is fortunately not. Oh yeah, here's the alpaca stabs I have. I do recommend, if you're ever interested, at least trying to build your own board. It is fun. It's quite entertaining to build and see. It's also super relaxing. Like, I know I'm not conveying the energy right now because I'm fucking sick as a dog, but it is super relaxing. Just kind of piece together. I will say, like, this is probably super not relaxing, seeing me dig through this shit looking for everything because of my chaos, the way I just kind of haphazardly dumped the remnants of the first board in here. But it is a pretty fun thing to do. Alright, chat. What's the chance that's not like a Cthulhu mark and is something related to Evangelion? Like, that is very viciously lime green. So that makes me think Ava. But on the other hand, I have no idea what it is. I guess we'll come back and see. If I'm missing a bunch of shit, then we know what happened. I just realized I also have the original keycap set from this board. Like, it came fully, like, with a keycap set and everything. I just said fuck you and didn't use it. God, I just realized that I have a problem ordering green stuff, and it's actually coming to bite me in the ass. Alright, let's just start with, like, the one, right? Go 2. I see. Where are you leaning at that? Okay, it's just a spring in the natural spring that is in Dusk Mat I'm using. Alright, 3. I really meant to get tactiles this time around, because I don't usually use tactiles, and I do like them. But when these arrived, I was like, eh, well, they're linears, and I bought them like 6 months ago, so I guess we'll use them. That's fine. It just gives me another excuse to build a board eventually. Huh. Alright. I promise you this is not how I usually store my keycaps. I just got frustrated at this board for not working because I had the bright idea of trying to fix it. Maybe I'll bag them up after stream, and I'll bag them up and label them. Be like, hey, this is the Ava you set, you fucking idiot. And you might be wondering, well, I thought you had an Ava board. Yeah, these are just leftovers. Why I'm like curious on what is not Ava and what is. Oh, God. Hopefully you guys aren't sick. This shit is ass. This shit is Mondo ass. Like, granted, when I get sick, I get fucking sick because immune system bad. But this shit has nuts in it, dude. At least it's not COVID. COVID would put my ass to the fucking grave at this point, dog. If I tried to go fucking 10 rounds of COVID, it'd beat my ass, and I would not post that video. I don't think my chest can handle it. But you ever get that, like, feeling, you know you're getting sick? You're not there yet, but you know how this whole fucking... Sarah had to... Or Whist, Sarah, whatever. I've named her. had to go to like a conference or some shit, and it's with a bunch of kids. I'm like, I'm getting turbo sick. Like, there's no escaping it. I'm gonna get like Hondo fucked up sick because of that shit. I'm starting to think that this 4 keycap just doesn't exist. Like, 4 is not a real number, thus is not a real keycap. Because I don't see this shit anywhere, chat. Why'd I throw an 8? What's this? Oh wait, it was right on. It was by my side this entire time. Why didn't you tell me, chat? I know you can't see there, but fuck you. You should have told me. All right, now we look for 5. Did find a 6. That's pretty P. A 5. Don't make me go look. I can smell you in here, you bitch. I don't really remember if I pulled the 5. Like, gotcha, but it's one of my own creation because I'm a fucking lazy piece of shit. There it is. 6. 7. 6, 7. 8. 9. Oh! God. I think next is... I can just look at this keyboard. I don't know what I'm fucking doing yet. All my common sense goes out the fucking roof building one of these. I wish I could blame it on the sickness, but the amount of times I've just lost all sense of common sense. A little scratchy. A little scratchy. A little scratchy, not thocky by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not terrible. That's smooth. Those stabs are really coming in handy. Like, they're good. Those are good stabilizers. Right. Alright. Now let's do the gamer row. Need a Q. There you are. You get like little weird hieroglyphics from Lovecraft. Fun fact, if you didn't know, H.P. Lovecraft was a giant racist piece of shit. Like, all of his stories are just like allegories for him being scared of black people. Kind of a giant piece of shit. Love Cthulhu, hate the author. Love the work, hate the worker. You know? Man could fucking write, but goddamn, he was a piece of shit. Where's it? Oh, I actually don't think I pulled a U. Oh, no, I did. I did it ahead of time. I pre fucking fired that. That looks a lot like the Ava coloring, but I'll hold my judgment. Also, because it's not really apparent where the alt. Well, that's definitely not the Ava coloring, because I have the fucking Ava tab up there. I am fucking stupid, chat. Alright, next is an I, as in I am fucking stupid. O, as in, oh my god, I'm so stupid. P, as in, please God, this man is stupid. I'll stop. But the idea behind this keyboard is just like, I don't need a lot of keyboard space when I'm playing most video games. So this one's kind of meant to clear out a little bit of the space I have. I think this is right bracket key. Where's the other one? Where's your brother? Or sister, I don't judge. Here we go. Caps locks. I don't recall pulling caps locks. No. That vanity. What she said. Oh boy, back in the magical box of mystery. I immediately found it. That is disappointing. We might have a vanity in here we can replace. I do want to use the vanities if I can. Like, look. Oh, actually, that one's kind of beat to shit. I think this is meant to be shift. But we have, like, I don't know. I think this shift is just a hair taller than this thing. I think this might have been like a big fat control key at some point. Be a right shift, but I use shift on my left hand because I'm a fucking weirdo, I guess. We also have this. This is not the same set, but this caps lock is interesting. That's kind of cool. Where am I? What am I doing? Oh. Gamer row. My plan is around every season or so, I swap the keyboard to another one. So, like, I'll probably swap to this one because I don't have a winter set. So I might use this during the winter. Maybe I'll swap back to the Cyberpunk one. I don't know. See, I have a keyboard for every season. I'll just keep rotating them until someone says you have too many keyboards, and I'll build another one just to spite them. Never escapes me that these keys are alphabetically correct. I recall the way they came to like the keyboard configuration that we all know nowadays is just based on like studying people and how they typed and shit like that. They just kind of like very geniusly pieced together what humans would probably be searching for. Either that or that's just propaganda by Big Keyboard. I don't know. It's a sound. It's a little scratchier than I would like, but I don't know. Not the worst, I think. Oh, god damn. Shit's got hands. Yay, typing. The next is enter. Oh, that could be enter, couldn't it? I don't see why not. Especially since I can't. I don't think the enter key otherwise. Okay, I mean, I think that's supposed to be enter. Cool. Alright, shift. Big boy shift. That is a damn. If I've ever disrespected MMK, I was wrong. Those are some smooth dabs. I was not familiar with it. Alright, X. I know you can't hear it, but I'll hold up to the mic. We'll do a sound test. How's that sound? Get it? Because sound test. I'll see myself out now. Water break, because my voice is fucking dying again. Okay. Alrighty. A little better. God damn. I'm getting my ass beat by the stupid fucking cold. Usually I don't take, like, because I work remote, I usually try not to take sick days, because I can work slow and then be fine. No one, most days I can just work slow and no one will care. And also, most of the time when I took a sick day, it was to avoid getting other people sick, and now it's just me. And so usually, I'll try not to take a sick day, but this shit was so fucking out of hand that I actually ended up taking a sick day on fucking Tuesday. Well, I took half of one. It was like ebbed and flow. When I felt a little better, I'd hop in. All right, I'm gonna get this thing fucking. I had something I had to get out by the end of the day, and I was like, oh, I can get knocked out. So I just pounded Dayquil and fucking got it done. Okay. Oh. Ava Capsulex, cool. I don't know if I have that shit. I do remember a couple of keys going absolutely fucking missing. Fortunately, that's a 3-stab. It has the stabs. So I don't think I can just bullshit my way away from that one. Hold up. I'm a fucking genius. Look at that. Actually, that's the right key. I don't know why I'm making it sound. I just fucking solved world hunger or some shit. Right now. Now comes the tricky part of figuring out what is Ava, what is Cthulhu. Because we do have 2 vanities. Cthulhu, you go here. And an alt right here. Big, fat, meaty spacebar. Little rattly. Doesn't type like the worst thing in the world. I gotta be. I need another alt key. I'm pretty sure I am missing a couple because this thing fell apart. Not by my choice though, it just kind of did. A little stiff. I can see the lube they put on the stabilizer, so that might be why they're so good. Because they actually fucking did the thing they would do. One more control key. I've lost control. That's an Ava. That's Ava. Nice try. Nice try, Psyop. Believe that shit. That's also control. If you really squint, like you put your nuts to the thing, you can tell that it's different based on the colors. But I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up. Did I not have a... Did I lose the other control key? Is that the key I'm pretty sure went missing? Well, it's not like we're hurting on keycaps. I wonder how much it'll bother me in the audience if I just fucking throw an Ava one on there and say I did it. It's gonna bother me. I mean, I know that's Ava, but come on, it kind of worked. Oh, you can't even see that. It's pretty fucking obvious, damn it. That one's not so obvious. I'll hold. You get to stay here. So I lost one control key, and I actually think years ago when I first built this board, I did lose it pretty fast. And I remember saying I lost control, and I thought I was fucking hilarious. Spoiler alert, I wasn't. Very easy joke. That is so fucking sad, though. It really wouldn't be a stream, one of my streams, without having something go kind of fucking wrong, wouldn't it? Oh well. Congratulations, soldier. You've been promoted. Alright. Only one height setting. You feel better tomorrow, but work will be there Monday if not. Yeah. Thanks. I've been working as much as I could. Like today it's been a slower week. Thankfully, the clients that were being assholes have chilled out a little bit. Alright, that's gonna bother me eventually, but that's a problem for future Jason. Not today, Jason. Today, Jason does not give a shit. Alright. Let's try to give you guys a sound test. I don't know if that's coming through. It looks good. A little springy. Sounds pretty good. Thanks. Okay, so it did come through. The stabs. So, let me see. One of these is a clicky switch. I think these are supposed to be clicky. They sound unique. They sound different from everything else I have in my collection, so... Not irritatingly rattly, but... It's also not getting picked up on the mic, which is good. So, that's a W. I guess now we do a typing test. Get the fuck out of here. No, my McDonald's. Funny is that I'm pretty much immediately gonna have to plug in the other board because I need those F keys for... This is, like I said, gaming. It is... That's gonna be annoying. Holy shit, that's gonna get on my... Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. And I can't... I was about to try to hit F5. You can't do that. Oh, these are sensitive little puppies. These puppies are sensitive. Fuck. Damn. It's literally the same passage, and I'm going slower now. Not my best time. These are very sensitive switches. Okay. These are silvers. I don't think they're speed silvers, but they are silvers. They are a little sensitive, but it's not the worst. See what else we got. Then, hi chat. Let's test all keys. The keyboard. Or proceeding. Alright. That's all the keys on the top row. Well. Guess there's a limit to the Zen mode. Okay. Yeah, they all seem to function. Okay. That's cool. Let me get my camera down. This is my phone I was using for the camo. I'm trying to figure out why, because one thing that's been bothering me a lot is the Mevo cam's quality. The wireless camera's quality isn't great. So, I'm trying to figure it out. Turns out it's just probably a couple settings in OBS that need to be tweaked with. Shocking nobody who's ever used OBS before. It's just settings in OBS fucking with me. Let's see. I almost fucking name dropped myself. Oh, that's close enough. I'm gonna have to get used to this, but that's part of building a keyboard. You gotta get used to it, especially if like it's not your only keyboard. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Type Racer. Let's put this fucker to a real test. I may have overshot my capabilities. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm fucking throwing at the end, chat. Oh, that is so fucking sad. Oh, I'm dying. Actually, accuracy's not bad. Yeah. All the fucking quotations threw me for a loop. Well, that's the keyboard built, and I think it works good enough. I'm gonna try it out with a couple games tonight. It's a pretty good keyboard. I like it. It's very tiny. Like I said, I'm probably gonna have to switch back to the other one because I need those keys for work, but when I'm not using it, this is pretty good. I also might just make this a macro pad. That might help a lot. I'll tell you what, chat. I need to fucking still eat, and I'm gonna rest. My voice is disappearing on me very rapidly. So, I know this was a shorter stream, but I don't think my throat's gonna hold out for much longer. So, I'm gonna get off. Next week... What does it look like? Next week we should be able to do... We should be able to start Castlevania Symphony of the Night, so be looking forward to that. Either way, thank you all for watching. Sorry for the low energy, just very, very sick, and not going to stress my voice out any further than it is. Yeah. Have a great night. See you guys.